together, ladies and gentlemen, for Monica Sholar.
In 2007, having a conversation with a friend, I don't know what I was explaining to him, but he's like, you are so crazy. When you explain things, you're so animated and so loud. You make me feel like I was in the room with you. So have you ever thought about writing a book? I think you'll be really good at it. So he was right. I am animated. I am crazy. Like, my brain is like watching a movie. No matter where I go, it's like I'm watching a film. I will walk down the street. I'll see somebody walking towards me, and it'll be like, you look like you got about 6 bodies in your basement right now. You put them there because you just wanted a friend, you know? And they wouldn't be your friend, so you captured them. And your only true friend is your cat that you named Michael Jackson, because he had one white paw and curly fur that looked like a Jerry curl. You ain't fooling nobody. Like, I know your story. You know, this is what I do. I just create these backstories. I'm so crazy. So I'm like, that's cute. It's fun, JD. But I don't know anything about writing a book. You know, I don't have a degree in English. I was a modern dancer, a model. I did all this stuff, but I don't know anything about writing a book. So he's like, no, I mean, I think you would be good at it. You should give it a try. And I'm like, are you flirting with me? Because you could have just took me to dinner. Like, you don't have to do all of this. And he's like, no, you know, he persisted. He got upset. You know, he started really persistent. So I'm like, all right, just to get him off my back, I'll go home. I'll write a little short story. So I go home. I write a little bit. I create a character. I build this story world. And it's feeling good. Like, I'm feeling really good. I find myself at work daydreaming about being at home writing. You know, it's feeling great. And then it's feeling like passion, like nothing I have ever experienced before. And then it's getting so good, it feels like sex. Like, it feels, I'm sorry, Steph, but it feels like sex, you know? I want to go home and, like, switch into something comfortable and wrap my fingers around that pencil, you know? It's feeling great. So I'm like, this is amazing. This is what I want to be when I grow up. I'm going to be a writer. You know, this is great. Next thing I know, I've got 75,000 words, 300 and something pages. I did it. Like, I wrote a book, Little Black Girl from the Hood. I wrote a book. Like, I can't believe it. So I rush off. I show it to JD. And he's like, I knew it. I don't know what took you so long to get here, but I knew this would happen. So now you just need to get published. So I'm like, I don't know the first thing about getting published. I come from a family of musicians. So when I go to them for help, they're kind of like, oh, I can show you some chords on the keyboard, but otherwise, like, I don't know what to tell you. But thankfully, I have this friend. He knows everything. I mean, I call him Guru because he knows so much. There's never a question I've ever asked him that he didn't know the answer to. And you know him, too. You probably talked to him earlier today. His name is Google. I Googled it. How the hell do you publish a book? And then all these pages and pages come up. So then that's what I learned, is that you need to get a literary agent. So to do that, you write up this query letter. It gives all the information about your book, the page count, your target demographic, you know, all this information. So then if the agent likes it, he'll submit your manuscript to a publishing house. If they like it, they'll offer you a contract. Next thing you know, you're on a jet sipping mimosas with Oprah. Life is good. So I'm like, yes, I want to meet Oprah. Let's do this. Like, I need to get an agent, right? So me and Guru find this site. It's like 1000agents.com. So we go on the site, and I sit there. I'm confident. So I'm like, dear Mr. Agent, look no further. The talent that you have been searching for has arrived. I do not even need to submit a professional query letter because my natural talent is so good that it speaks for itself. Nuff, spelled N-U-F-F, said, exclamation mark. I was so mother effing happy to send that email. I'm like, I'm about to be rich in this bitch. Send. Go ahead, send. So excited, right? So then I go off to my friends and family. They're like, yay, we gonna meet Oprah. We gonna come on tour with you. You know, everybody's so excited. They're happy for me because I found my passion. So Guru had said once you submit, it'll be about 6 to 8 weeks before you get a response back. And I'm like, yo, like, I'm so talented, right? Like when they read this, they're gonna want more. So I'm gonna write another book in the meantime because I don't want to be empty-handed. So I do, I write another book. I have a book release party right here at the Charles H. Wright Museum. Me and my friends and family taking pictures. We like, Oprah, here we come. Oprah, here we come. You know, we're just excited. We're so happy. So finally, I get my first response. So I'm like, yes, this is about to happen. Life is going to change. Thank you, Lord. So glad. So I read the email, and it's like, Dear Monica, thank you for your submission. However, we don't feel that you're a good fit at this time, but we do wish you well in your future endeavors. So I'm like, he obviously doesn't realize good talent when he sees it. His loss, you know, on to the next one. So I get the next letter, and it's like, Dear applicant. I'm like, hold on, you disrespectful, because you're not even calling me by my name, applicant now. Thanks, but no thanks. So I'm like, are these agents doing drugs? Like, how come they don't see all of this talent? Like JD, and we're going to see Oprah, and they're trying to stop me. Like, what's happening here? So then weeks go by, I get more letters, it's more rejections. Months go by, more rejections. Years go by, it's more rejections. So now it's not fun. I'm not even thinking about Oprah. I'm like, she got money. I need to figure out how to get on. Like, what's happening here? Because this is my passion, and they're stopping me from getting there. I'm depressed. You know, I'm upset. I'm so sad. I'm pissed. Like, they are stopping me from reaching my goal. You're trying to keep the man down is what you're doing. You know, I'm just upset, just taking it all out on them. So one day, I'm really depressed, and I felt like I kind of stepped outside of myself and had a conversation with me. And it's like, look, you haven't showered in 3 days. You're a little rank right now. And so is your attitude about this whole situation. Like, this isn't you, you know? You are not this depressed person who will let somebody telling you no stop you from reaching a goal. Like, what the hell are you doing? Like, you need to get up. These people don't know each other. They're all saying the same thing. So you need to figure out what you have done wrong, fix it, and move on, right? But before you do, go wash. Like, wash, because it's been a few days, you know? So it was a dark time in my life, you know, it's a dark time. So I'm like, all right, let me figure this out, because I really want this goal now. You know, I really want to be a published author. So I go home, look at my manuscript, and I'll buy a bunch of books by other authors in the same genre that I want to be in. So I do sort of a side-by-side comparison. I look at my work, I look at their work. And let's just say I noticed a difference or two. I looked at theirs, and you could tell they had hired a professional proofreader to go through and search for grammatic flaws. And I look at mine, and you could tell me and my drunk-ass friends had proofread. Well, I mean, we didn't know. We weren't professional proofreaders. We didn't know. Then I look at theirs, you could tell that an editor had gone through, they searched for continuity, you know, just to make sure the story is smooth and cohesive. And I look at mine, and it's happy, and it's sad, and it's steamy, and it's funny, haha. It's just all over, it's schizophrenia on a page. Like, what genre is this really? Like, where would we put this in the bookstore? Because it's, I'm not sure. So I'm like, oh my God, I have sent this steaming pile of poo-poo to dozens and dozens of confidently I typed that email up and sent this, oh my God, like what have I done? It wasn't them, it's me, you know? And it's like, it wasn't exactly a steaming pile. I had, you know, some raw talent there. It was just more like a diamond. You know, a diamond's ugly and filthy when you get it. You got to burn it and do stuff to it. So that's what I needed to do. I really needed to sharpen myself. There was some obvious areas that I needed to grow in. So I went underground. I bought books, books about books, books on books, books about grammar, writing for dummies, English for dummies, how to write a book, how to build character and story plot. I went to writers' conferences, writers' workshops. I joined critiques. I listened to poetry, you know, just everything I could. I was a pupil of all things literature. It took years, years for me to study. It was like a sword being sharpened. You know, I really wanted to learn because I didn't want to be the girl that's like, yeah, I'm a writer, and it's terrible and people don't really want to tell you. Because my friends are more like, we're going on Oprah. You know, they're not telling me, like, you might want to rethink this. So I had to work. You know, I had to work. I didn't have a degree in English. I knew I could tell a story, but raw talent wasn't enough. You know, I really needed to focus and build my craft. So I do this for years. I go underground. Those 2 books that I had written, I rolled them into one storyline called The 24th Letter, the first book in the Belle Isle Heights series. It's cute, right? I know. Clever. So I do this, and now I'm ready to resubmit to these agents. So me and Guru are online one day, and he's like, look, you can resubmit, but don't be surprised if you get the same response. And that's just the business. We were online, and he pulled up this article about J.K. Rowling. She's one of the most successful authors of our time. She wrote the Harry Potter series. But before she got to that level, she got rejected left and right. And her script was amazing. You know, people didn't get her vision. So if you get the same response, it's not because you're terrible, because you were terrible before. That was terrible. But this is good. Like, you really got talent. I hired a professional team, you know, editors. I was good now. So it's like, if that's what you get, don't worry, just keep plugging away. So in the meantime, what we can do is self-publish. You know, let's give it a try. Let's kind of seep it out into the community and see what the response is. So he was Guru. He knew everything I needed to do. So I did it. Everything I needed to do. And I had a friend who was a graphic designer. She did my cover work. You know, I did all this stuff. I got the ebooks created, the books printed. So I started giving away free copies to libraries and book clubs, you know, things like that, just to see what the response was. So I'll get like 5 book orders, then 25, then 50. Now my living room is covered with shipping supplies. I'm sending books left and right. You know, it's picking up steam. So March of this year, I upload the new manuscript for the 24th Letter to Amazon, which is worldwide, right? To date, I have a 5-star review rating on Amazon, right? I know. It's amazing. I feel so blessed to stand here and say that I am a published author. It took a lot of hard work, a big old slice of humble pie, but I did it. Next up on my list of goals is reaching the New York Times bestseller list, so wish me luck. And I still want to have that mimosa with Oprah. I'm just saying.
Monica Sholar.